Oh, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sino. You're the viewers, and this is going to be Neurostrike's first ever cast. I'm excited to be here. I hope you guys are as well. I'm kind of sad that we're a little bit behind schedule, so without further ado, best out of one series in our hands, and let's take a look at the map that's ahead of us for the day. While we wait for these lovely fellows to finish up each and every bank, amazing map once you know how to play it. What makes matters even better is the fact that it is a best out of one series. We're still in the group stages, meaning it always has to be precise and on the board to be able to capitalize upon your rounds. Now, both of these teams have seen play before in the XGS Rite of Passage, and hopefully they'll bring that same level of eliteness. But as of now, let's take a look here at the table. Taking a look here at the standings so far, only one team in this group has played, making it 2 of a series. It was EDA versus Rikke, and they were the ones who took the first win with a score differential of 2. They've claimed the first 3 points, leaving EDE with none. And now F5 and AARP are going to look to try and put themselves either at the 0-point mark or the positives. Azami Castle getting taken care of here, leaving out very crucial operators to be able to be played here on defense. And Ying and Blackbeard, 2 very crucial post-plan operators, will be taken off the board. They'll take us on over to that mid-floor open area first. Something I do love about that PC to console comparison is the boldness coming in from some of the PC teams. They're not scared to be able to try and go for some different sites that aren't universal. Some things that aren't common doesn't mean it's not wrong. And right now, AARP is going to push that narrative further. Setting up open area requires a lot of verticality. It requires the extension into archives in the prestige hold that allows you to be able to lock in and have this site in your favor. Castle not being brought on the board here may be a challenge for these defenders, but they have to be able to take into account they still have operators that can make this site setup easier for them. External play, though, is going to be something that will be very difficult to deal with, especially the fact that you've been denied the Azami and the castle. Mold the map to your liking. Try to get out of the way of the players with heavy hitting weapons and hope for the best. Damos, first boots on the ground, and he will look to find ATM in its first gunfight as he is located by 2 defenders. They look to find, but no bueno right now. Other attackers looking to find some external play, maybe even a lucky pick here as they wait and wait. Drone out square, the main name of the game here as they look to advance on. Verticality maybe next here, but it's all about being mindful of the time they have left. In 2 minutes is plenty of time here to be able to just relax, sit back, and be able to reset. Stock looking next on the chopping block. No verticality is going to be established. No frost as well. One body has still not dropped yet, and there you go. There's the caster's curse. Z-Man slash. Z-Man again will take it down to a 5v2. It's all burst into action in the blink of an eye. 3 bodies drop, and that is full domination vertical-wise as the attackers have claimed bodies and lost absolutely none. Not a sliver of damage to them, and they will be the victors of upstairs. Speaking downstairs, though, that first floor, Mila will be the one to find first blood. Looking to continue and try to capitalize, put his team back into it. They still have 2 bodies on you. They look to address the site. They look to just walk in here. Bubbler looking to get that plant down as only Capcan will be close to try to deny. Ever since losing his C4, he cannot deny. You have to hope you hit an EDD, but Bubbler, Capitao, now safe haven. One of them seeking asylum in blue. The other one is going to put a stop to any form of swinging as he will be taken out. Mila, fighting chance, the only person on AARP that could find a pick, make it 2. Now looking to try to find something here. He has these attackers circling like sharks. They're not in a rush, but you are. And Tan was your biggest enemy. You'll fall to the power in the hands of the Capitao, and it'll be a beautiful first impression for F5. First impressions mean everything. And it all opened up upstairs. I mean, 2 bodies dropping in a matter of 5 seconds is absolutely absurd. And it maybe could be just, first round nerves. But again, you only have 1 map today. You have 1 opportunity to be able to prove yourself in this league, and you have to be able to find your points where you can. Right now, just not being seen for AARP. Question is, how are they going to change you? There's so much time left in this game. There's so many things that could be changed. Are they going to be willing? Are they going to be up for that task? Because sacrificing those defensive rounds does start to become a little bit of a problem, regardless of what the bias is in favors of attacking or defense. But as it moves on to current events, they'll go on from that first mid-floor right back down to the basement. No second floor play yet, as they will just leave that up to the roamers that are on the board. Tabaro setting up Vigil for a perfect roam, not allowing him to waste out those impacts. So E2 going to be a very easy rotate here, and it'll just be a game of Ring Around the Rosie trying to clear out this Vigil. Looks like full man verticality is going to be the name of the game. Surprisingly, no Dokkaebi, but Deimos will be brought. He can avoid, or his ability can be avoided if Vigil decides to use his tracker. Now, that'll be a problem for the roam clears, and as you use your trills, you will continue to be unknown. But shooting out the drone kind of gives away your position. Now, Dasan and Mila will be located on the drone, but Dasan, his gun skill is just all the better as he looks to find a second. Mila needs to assist. Where is your teammate? You have one man trying to help you out, but apparently you just don't need it. He'll delete you from the lobby. That'll be 2 as he's left at 1 HP. No dock in sight, but not even needed. You found 2 bodies, and a 1-tap from RNO makes matters better as you'll make it a 2v5. And now that is 2 rounds back to back where it goes one-sided in the favor of either team. First being F5, now AARP looking to find their mojo. That groove being located as Deimos tries to find something, tries to find that threat to pull on, but no joy as it will be Mila to shut him out. And a near flawless round looks to be soon in our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Verticality, shutout, slash, doesn't fall to those easily. And 90 seconds left on the clock, and there will be 5 bodies left. Only 1, though, for F5. All slows down here, but Slash, can you do it is the question. So much more left to do, but you have the time, you have the utility, you just don't have the kit. Such a realistic standard, such a realistic clutch, but these defenders are not going to give you any benefit of the doubt, and they're going to leave you completely alone while they seek sight as their safe haven. Everybody now back in sight. Volcans remain intact. Echoes also remain intact, meaning this round becomes less and less more realistic for Slash to be able to take by himself. So much denial waiting for him. A plant is almost impossible. Even the Zodo canisters are fully intact, and he will carry that C4 to make matters worse. So much left to be done here, and so much time being wasted just clearing out and trying to get that kit right back in your possession. "30 seconds. Looks to try and find something here, but you're going to take one of the most dangerous paths towards this site. The defenders waiting for you to make that grave mistake of walking into their crosshairs. A 3-way hold. You walk down. Echoes here. You walk across. You'll have the Goyo, but now Tubby, his line of sight completely cut off. But Slash, now what are you going to do about the 2 people to your right? 1 smoke left to be able to be used, but it's still going to be a problem when you take so much time. Beautiful shot to be able to find your 6th kill, but not enough to be able to say the round is yours. And that'll be a response from AARP to put them at level. I mean, you just showed us the dominance on your attack from the external of the building. You put your boots on the ground and you get deleted. That's not a good look. So much left to be done, though. They leave it at the 3rd round tied up. The question is, what does F5 have in response for that round? Very one-sided, but you had one man Slash put that individual factor in his pocket and decide to try to use it for the better. But again, not everything can be a one-man show, and F5 showed us that first round. It was cohesive, it was played together, and they took their sweet old time to get into that site and drive a wedge in between each and every defender. That second round, that was just not there though. Divided, and they were conquered one by one. I mean, I say finally because, geez, I don't think we saw this mirror yet. They didn't even need it that last time around. This is their first time playing upstairs. They brought mirror the first round, but now they are given the ability to be able to play outside of sight. They can play engenders and they can have a long cross into anybody who swings these windows. External play, a big problem on a map like Bank, and they have the perfect counter to it. Yes, you don't have Castle, and that's going to be a big problem, as you will be taken care of from the windows. I mean, you have to be aware of your surroundings. A big matchup of a continuous back and forth puts us at a 5v3 situation where Ace hasn't even needed to use a Selma yet, and 2 bodies have dropped both through windows, and now these attackers can take 2 minutes of their sweet time to shoot out the floor, make Mira second guess everything, and make it seem like that floor is lava. Buck, such a useful operator for a site such as this, where there's so many wooden floors to be able to capitalize upon. These attackers aren't stressed in the slightest, and honestly, that's with the reason they take their sweet old time to be able to deny. Poppy, looks like he has that play. Nobody watching this long desk, and if he tries to go for another walk up, it will be a problem. But Mira seems to be already on top of that, but Aruni looks to shut out, will land 1 bullet, even if it is with that DMR. It'll do enough damage to discourage any form of aggression. Flame Bolt doesn't push him into the elevator, but it does push him out into the crosshairs of Bubbler, and a perfect cross will get the job done. But Busted drops out the Jenny hatch, tries to make himself more useful, as 2 defenders are now assigned to take care of 4 attackers. A minute left on the clock, and now just be careful of every angle you try to cross, and just no bueno as Checky checks your head off, and now Batman from the top ropes takes care of the last man standing, and that's the F5 we've seen the first round. A little bit of back and forth, but with a coordinated setup, it is going to be F5 to take that advantage yet again. Growing their lead to just 1 round, they'll have 2 rounds, including this one, to be able to try and grow that advantage. That half is always so important, and it's always so important to talk about what the score line is. Usually, if it's a 4-4, it becomes a problem, especially right after the half. 3-3, when you're approaching that 6th round mark, is so realistic to be able and try and give us a good game that'll go to overtime. But right now, F5 really struggling to be able to try and find individual gunfights. But when they play as a team, everything we see is absolutely beautiful. AARP left absolutely speechless every single time F5 bait them out into their crosshairs. You saw the ace. He used his Selma charge. You had 1 man, Poppy stealth, walk up Marble, push him out through the E1 hatch. So no matter what happened, that person playing the E1 would have been completely destroyed, regardless of what outcome he took. Back up to the hatch, you're dead from below. He walked out of the elevator and got shot out from the windows. External play yet again. Slash, you got lucky once. Can lightning strike twice in the same night as he looks to try and get lucky off the windows, but right now, no joy. Square looking to be addressed. It's always being switched up, and that's something I like to see. Blitz now on the board as well. Blackbeard has been taken care of, but as of now, this doesn't matter. Blitz is definitely enough to do the job. First blood is going to be Bubbler onto Mila, and the plant is going down as Bubbler's just waltzed on in. It's a problem when you just can't hold as a team. Dissected 3 times now, 1 on the same site, and Bustin gets a refrag, but after what, you're now pulled up. The time is against you. The roles are now inevitably switched. You're the attackers. They're all waiting for you to swing into their crosshairs, and to make matters even worse, there's a shield up on the board. 25 seconds and 4 bodies to the 1. Bustin left all by himself in the middle of sight. And a 4-man cross is enough to get that job done. And it looks like F5 finding the groove and trying to find the runaway lead as they're giving themselves that second last attacking opportunity. 3-1. F5 really starting to find their mojo. Attack, defense, I don't think it's gonna matter. Those type of plays are always going to be flawless if the team doesn't have a response. AARP, you have Goyo. You brought him repetitively You even had him find 2 kills on the only round you've won. Why not use him in the area of the vault? I mean, there's so many things you can do with Goyo. You can slap him down on that double door that leads in the kitchen. You can put it down on the quick hop-in that leads to outside of jewelry. But yet they still continue and place them on stationary areas, knowing how aggressive F5 plays. That's the second time on that specific site they got overwhelmed with the pressure head on. Lots to be addressed, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to be able to do it. No mirror this time for this basement hold, and let's see how they'll be able to play it. This was the only round they've managed to win so far, as they are 0-4-3 on all the other sites. Let's see if they can try and continue their streak of playing like a team, finding their rounds, and trying to close out that deficit to 1. Stealth not going to have to deal with 3 roamers. They look to just run on in, and it'll be Desan yet again, and they're just going to continue to go for the rushes. I mean, what am I watching? It's Call of Duty at that point. Granted free access in sight. One's in gold, the other's in vault, the other's in garage. What the hell's going on? Now you're getting back to sight, but too late, bucko, as you can just get that plant down regardless. Verticality takes care of Poppy Stealth, but Slash stays alive. Mila takes care of Checky. Gold's pressure is now elevated, and now Z-Man makes himself and his presence known by taking care of the man trying to swing out from the hatch drop. The plant inevitably will go down yet again. Slash, though, is smarter than that. Will play out his time, decides to use the map to his advantage, and that is tech right there, as he'll find 1 kill very easy through the nice little foothold to make it 2v1, and Z-Man with that very capable DMR takes care of business. And honestly, we're just watching a very one-sided affair. AARP, we saw them go downstairs. I don't even know what to say at this point. We see them 1 second all alive, the next you're 3-man roaming, and you have a blitz far down vault assisted by a Brava. I mean, you guys are allowing this to happen. What is going on? You heard the man prone after canceling his plant, and you decided to yet still swing into the angle that locates and exposes your feet. I mean, come on. Come on. You set up that rotate. You set up that site. There's no way you are falling every single time. We thought that 1 round previously on the basement was going to be their lifeline, but it just seems like it was a delayed ending to how they're going to defend. 4-1 is the scoreline, 3 rounds advantage for F5, and if they can secure this one, they're looking at a 5-1 half and a quite fast game and point next to their name. First blood, Mila takes care of business. We'll take care of the Amaru. Rushing, not this time around, but to make matters worse, though, they've taken full control of blue already. You now have the man advantage. What are you going to do to be able to build off of that? As Ace looks to approach the breach, you have 3 attackers now and 1 to find a quick, easy headshot. Walk him down, falls. And where is the coverage? Why do you guys not bring Mira? It's so questionable because Z-Man walks in and deletes anybody in his crosshairs. Looks to find a 3rd. Toxic Babes mean business, as they will take care of business. The prone does not put you out of the line of sight from those shotgun holes. And now the pressure, the crisis is averted. But now it's left at level with 2 minutes left. These guys can continue to play ring around the rosy and waste out your utility. 2 Volcans popped out. 2 Toxic Babes used, and now they're running low in terms of denial utility. Looking to address now the opposite side of the map as they look to advance through the marble and elevator area. Open area now had gifted to them. Verticality, though, is Bustins and Bustins only, as now Checky left by himself in blue, and Stealth needs to find 2 bodies as they look to amount to the aggression. But a quick, easy shot from Desan gives them that round, and there's that fighting comfort for AARP. Such a one-sided game, but now they look like they have that fighting chance. They're finally back in it. Arano and Desan team up to find 2 to close out the round. But I mean, just take a look at the entry. You can't allow Z-Man to just walk in and delete you with a DMR. I mean, it's consistently happened, and it just becomes a problem. I mean, oh, brother. Mira's right there on the board. She's available. Not only did you not reinforce the wall, you failed to bring the operator that is placed directly on that wall. And there you go. We'll see her, but after what? Because now we're on the round switch. F5 now claiming defense for greater pastures. Let's see if they can defend better than they attack, because if they can, we are looking at game quite soon. 2 rounds shy from the match point, and AARP are going to have to continue and dig themselves out of the hole they allowed themselves to fall in. Seems like this site setup will be very traditional, very staple the way they'll set it up. Always your sweet old time to get things done. But it's all about not letting these mirrors fall, and it looks like the Wamide is paired up with the Surya Gates from Maruni is going to be more than enough utility to be able to keep it nice, closed, and tucked in. Surprisingly, Monty not eating a ban this game. He has been pivotal for those late round plans. I mean, just an invisible brick wall. I don't care how many times you say you've nerfed him, he's still a unit. Now, taking insane amounts of possession. 8 CMs is his, so is the lobby. All he has to do now is just sit in stealth while his team looks to address the rest of the map. Stock left unaddressed. Nothing to be done, nothing to be seen, as most of these attackers are in the ATM's area. Check is running that DMR. 1 bullet landed, and he will fall. Ace, not being ignorant at all, and lets himself open it up with ease and not putting himself at a dangerous risk. Now, Cross opened up. Anybody playing on that shield put in a very dangerous spot, but Ace, I was just complimenting you. First blood, check, easy kill. Next will go in the favor of Slash, but he'll get quickly blown up to shut down that idea. 4v3 is going to be everything when the dust settles. And the question is, with 90 seconds left, what does AARP have left on attack to be able to show us? Did he just lands a Grim directly on himself, and it looks like life pings are only going to hit him. The second, though, finally connecting. That'll be checked for a couple of pings while Grim looks to put that to use. Monty all by himself now, but now Descend walking up quite fast to be able to make sure his Monty is together and accompanied for. First Surya Gate isn't even going to be challenged yet because Bandit's intelligence allows it to be able to go away by sticking his face in it. But Ash is dead. Don't worry about that mirror no more. Monty gets jumped by Z-Man and Poppy Stealth, and that'll be Stealth to close out the round. And it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, the one-sided affair is right back on track as F5 continue to take the lead and run away with it. Basement is going to be the site, and would you look at that, what can you tell is different? Bubbler hears the caster's comms and finally brings that Mira that AARP was struggling with when they were on defense. Finally, a hold that looks to be somewhat cohesive. No Kaid, but I would only imagine they'll be playing verticality here and with some form of aggression. Valkyrie being allowed on the board as well just allows so much good intel and so much space for the defenders to be able to relax because they're not essentially giving up the areas. They're just gaining intel on it. And those easy pings, those easy yellow pings is an easy way to bait a kill. I mean, we have Walk 'em Down in your name, and you currently have 0 kills. Something needs to be changed, and it needs to be changed now. As one hatch will be opened up in open area, the second in the supply closet will be closed. 2 bodies assigned to open area. The other goes upstairs alongside with the Legion, and now Stealth and Slash left all by themselves to try to find Joy. attackers look to get their checklist done, clear upstairs and clear the first, then move your way to the basement. No shield off this time, plenty of util locations, but Mila, my apologies, falls to the T5 in the hands of Legion. I mean, you are the Deimos, you are the roam clear, and you managed to blunder that. That's first blood, and now it looks like second is in the hands of AARP if they can just thread that needle. Bubbler, C4, no connection, as now it'll be a 5v3. F5 finding that lead and running away with it yet again as Z-Man is an absolute unit. Finally, walk him down, finds his first and his second, but not before the 5 advantage has become too late. You find your bodies all too late in the series, but a triple kill, ladies and gentlemen, is it cooking up here? 2v1 all the way up. I mean, we were at a 5v3 moments ago. Maybe walk him down, heard me. He wants to prove himself. Redemption era, below 50 HP, kit in hand, and very powerful DMR. Anything is possible for him. The question is, does he have the passion for it? As the clock continues to tick down, you'll have a minute left in a live ping on one of the players that are going to be the two that stand in between you and that round 1 screen. Dropping the hatch, directing his aggression towards the site. Bubbler getting taken care of, but wow, what an attempt. Almost to find his 4th. But Legion too quick on that. 2 quick, easy shots. Gets business taken care of. And ladies and gentlemen, match point. Open area yet again. No team today so far in this map has been able to call it a win. We've only seen it being played once, twice by AARP, and they lost it both times in a nice old fashion of SWAT team tactics by F5's Monty Rush. The question is, can F5 defend better than AARP? Currently, the answer is yes. They've been playing more like a team. They've been bringing the right operators. And now you have the Maestro. No castle, but Maestro is such an important operator. You've utilized the fact that there's no castle being played at this map considering he's banned. So you bring the next best option. He can sit across inside. He can sit in janitors. He can sit wherever the hell he wants, having 3 mobile cameras that can deny the plant. Hopefully he knows how to use them. 417 really seeming to be a popular weapon choice for these players. I mean, it's reliable, it's hard hitting, and it's very easy to use. But right now, we are not seeing it being utilized by AARP. They've been struggling to find anything, and it becomes a problem when you allow a 6-2 lead to be dropped on your head like an anvil. Comeback, always realistic, but the question is, are you up for the task? Because currently, you have been just taking this consistent beating of how to get 7-2'd 101. No boots on the ground yet as they all wait ever so patiently, but Mila hops off his drone and just sprints in, looks to address archives first, but Mira's already in tellers waiting. Maestro giving himself perfect timing, and that's each timing for you right there, and Checky will prevail. Perfect use of your ability, your gun, and your timing, as now RNO just finds himself in the middle of archives. Another kill for Desan here, but Maestro almost has the heroics to be able to reel it back in, but in the meantime, Slash takes out Desan, putting it at level. 12 kills next to his name, a 2v2, so much more realistic, as now we're below the 90-second mark, and one man is stuck all by himself, and Tellers, well, Bustin tries to rotate off. Verticality still established. The C4 still in the hands of Slash, and they are both at 100 HP. So realistic to be able to win. All they have to do, lock it in right here and right now to be able to call this map and this series theirs. Slash, perfect verticality coverage. It looks like he's given up the site as well. FNOT's being relocated. They look to address somewhere in the site. They're going to look to try to walk in through the rotate or throughout the double door, but it just looks like you know where he is. The question is, do you have the aim? Do you have the ability to be able to clear it? But Bustin, you guys have used so many drones so many times, and you've wasted so much time, and you still are going to switch it up so late. Finally, something is being done. They'll look to walk in here. Bubbler's going to address it head on while Slash has a flank on his hands. Looking to address, finds one. Slash, can you find your 14th? No way you're gonna res him in the middle of the site. And it'll be Slash to find 13, 14 to call the map his. F5 victorious, and that's map, as that'll be 3 points for F5 Esports. They got completely destroyed. AARP, I mean, it's a well thought out. They tried their best. That's all you can say. But Jesus Christ, that was very one-sided. I mean, this man with the SMG-12 is just absolutely lethal. Just take a look at his aim. Is that T4, or do I hear on the come up? F5 7-2 is the name of the game in their favor, ladies and gentlemen. This has been my first time on Neurostrike. I hope you guys did enjoy. My Twitter feed, my Discord DMs are always open if you do want to hit me with any suggestions. I'm always open to improving. I hope you guys enjoyed. We will be back at 8:30 AST, which is in approximately 23 minutes. With another cast for a console series. Have a great rest of your night. I hope you enjoyed, and make sure to leave a follow and subscribe if you're feeling naughty. Peace.